Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, the one, the only Jessie Reyez is in the building with me today. How are you today?
Blessed, man.
I'm so excited to see you.
Yo, I'm happy to be here.
How's your day been? I know you kind of already told me, but I got to ask again.
It's been great. I've had a really wonderful day filled with, like, memories and just, you know, people inadvertently making me smell the roses. And I usually don't. I'm usually just hustling and hauling ass, keeping it moving. So it's just nice to kind of just be aware that time has passed and things have grown.
Right. You know, it's crazy. I feel like you mentioned smelling the roses, right? And I feel like I've had so many of like that type of conversation these past couple days because, you know, we did Rolling Loud this weekend, and a lot of conversations that I had with some artists is because I watched some of them grow up in a similar way that I've seen you come up too, because we were talking about how I've been there for all the Angie interviews.
Crazy.
And I was talking to them and I was like, yo, do y'all realize that like when I met some of these guys, I'm like, you guys were just like a couple thousand followers. You know, you guys weren't doing Rolling Louds. You guys were barely doing, you know, whatever was out here. And then like do y'all acknowledge like what this is and like what y'all have accomplished? And they're like, nah, we haven't really gotten the chance to like accept it yet. And I think that's so crazy that we don't take the time to really, like when we do things like this and when we've accomplished the things that we've accomplished and you've accomplished the things that you've accomplished, sometimes we forget to like take that step back and like think about it for a while and like sit with it.
And celebrate the wins, man. As you know why it's difficult? Because I'm sure you too, like if you're building something like this, you obviously carry a sense of wanting to build legacy. You know, you don't do entrepreneurial shit unless you have that sort of mentality. But the thing is, the curse that comes with that mentality is that you're always looking at a kingdom. You forget that, like, yo, this little brick fucking started everything. Yeah. It's just crazy. And it's just not natural. I don't think it's natural for people that have that, like, hunger, that desire to kind of stop. But it's a blessing when you get people around you and they're like, yo, wait a minute, turn around. And you got to celebrate the wins. Honestly, I learned that in therapy too, because I used to like...
Look at me, I'm the asshole with my phone.
That's okay.
Go ahead.
I used to flip tables if shit didn't go... Like, I'd be upset, you know, just aiming for perfection. And if I fucking watched back a performance and I missed a note, I'd be tight. If, like, someone on the team knows, like, YESSIE rules and some shit didn't get done the way I want it done, I'd be tight. And then I realized that I'm like, oh, but when shit goes right, I'm so used to having everything run smooth and everyone be on the same wavelength that I didn't celebrate when synchronicity hit because I was so accustomed to it, like I'd been spoiled. You know what I mean? And so I realized that I was like, oh, I got to celebrate even the little wins, because that shit, that gratitude just breeds more gratitude. You know, the universe listens and they're like, oh, this one appreciates. Take a little more, you know?
Because I think about, because I just pulled up like that old Angie interview you did, and you spoke about like having those anger issues before and like dealing with that. Have you been able to since then kind of make peace with that too?
I'm still growing. I mean, healing's not linear. It's like it's an up and down thing. But what I've definitely learned is like showing myself more grace. So when I fuck up, I just show myself, just, you know, I treat myself like my own best friend these days. And being more present helps.
Right.
You know? And that just shifted everything. Like, I read this book called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, and it just shifted my entire life. It shifted me as a woman and by default as an artist.
What is the book about?
It's about just, you know, talking about life and what we're living and how you can live a fucking shitty-ass life if you're always either, like, stuck in the past and reliving things, or if you're reliving things, or if you're always worried about the future. Because neither exist. As woo-woo as that sounds, like, neither exists because it's something that's not tangible. The only thing tangible is now is, like, the feeling of my fingers. If I touch you, like, you feel this right now. Yeah. If I decide to inhale all the way that air is in my lungs right now, that nowness is God knocking.
It's God knocking.
It's God knocking.
It's whoever's
it's
here
God.
for the look.
No,
It's
but
God
you
calling,
hear that?
God knocking.
But it's just beautiful, because if we were in a different headspace, you would be tight, I would be tight. You know what I mean? If we were in a different headspace, what the fuck is this, man? Like, this is not for anybody's first day. Like, you know what I mean? But you could easily be that. But because we're sitting in a space of gratitude, I feel like there's gratitude in the room. I feel like there's awareness in the room. We just move different. You just move different when you have that energy.
Right. And it's interesting. That's so funny that all this shit just happened as you're talking.
Yeah, and patience.
Weird?
And you're not mad. I'm not mad. Everyone's just like, whatever. It is what it is.
It's a podcast studio. It's a recording studio downstairs. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
But it's funny because you brought up therapy, and like the same thing that you were just kind of talking about was something that like I had to go through a lot, especially during the pandemic when we were like kind of really forced to just sit with ourselves. And I actually like was like, all right, I'm gonna go back to therapy during this time and work on myself like during this time. And like honestly, therapy is great.
The lies were told.
Like just having someone, and even like I don't know if it's the same for you, but like for me, like my therapist was someone who was from a completely different walk of life than me. It was like this old Italian man, right? But I felt like it was good to talk to someone who was like completely on an opposite side of like the spectrum as like with how I grew up, because what he was able to help me get through and what he was able to like explain to me was like things that I wouldn't have even thought of being a 24-year-old Puerto Rican kid from New York at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just I don't know.
Same. My therapist don't look like me.
Completely different, right?
Yeah, but a lot of insight, and also I just appreciate like I've found and heard that good therapists don't ever give you the answers. They just set shit up and they're like, well, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And all of a sudden you bag a pattern and you're like, oh shit, and you realize what it is you need to heal or whatever it is you keep repeating. But yeah, it's great, and it teaches you to like conflict doesn't get resolved by speaking to the same people that have the same opinion as you.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you do that, you're just speaking. What is it like? The echo chamber that does nothing for your growth. All that does is validate you, but it's outside validation. So what the fuck is that worth?
Yeah.
You know. But when you're speaking to someone that's like different, that has an opposing perspective, but in a non-threatening space, because you know that they gain nothing from you but money, which might sound like shit, but at least it's something tangible. You know that person, that therapist doesn't have outside intentions. They're getting paid regardless. You know. So that objectivity, that objective opinion from someone that doesn't look like you, yeah, it's very beneficial.
Right.
It helps a lot.
With this day of like reflection too, like I just want to bring up that I really love the record that you had on Funk Wave.
Thank you.
On Volume 1.
Right to love.
Because that was one of my favorite when I was in. I think I was in college when that came out. Yeah, I think I was in college when that album came out. And that record, it was like when you got to it, it was such like a different record from like a lot of the other stuff on the project. Obviously, still followed the same tone that Calvin was setting with the project, but I felt like, but it slowed it down a lot. But it was really, but I appreciated it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was at the end of the album, slowed it down, and I thought you killed that record too.
Thank you.
I don't know if many people bring that up, but it's just something that's been lodged in my mind for like years now. I was like, oh, let me talk to her about it, because I really love that song too.
Thank you. I'm happy it exists. I'm happy we were able to make it. Filming it was amazing. Filming it was so fun because we were on tour, and it was my boy Phil, and he was just like everywhere we went. He was like, let's do here, let's do there, and then it just turned into this beautiful thing. And Calvin's amazing. That guy changed my life. You know, he's changed my life. And apart from being like a lit ass artist, apart from being a mogul, apart from being like a legend in his own right, a legend period, he's also like a friend. Like I'm able to come to the studio and like play my shit and be like thoughts, and he's thoughtful enough to like write down his opinions and like just be present. Just be present and give me actual help and guidance when I need it, which is nice.
Right. With this album, right? So Yessie's out now, right? Incredible album from top to bottom. Me and Ayala were talking here about how like you got a little bit into your rapping bag too on it, which I loved. The first thing I noticed, obviously, like the only feature is Black, right? And obviously you and Black have made incredible music together, and obviously continue to make incredible music together. But why was Black the only person that you put on this album with you this time around?
Because the project's intimate, and like you know, this industry, like sometimes features happen because someone emailed someone and you haven't even met yet. You know what I mean? So it's different. And that being said, to be honest, that's how me and Black started. Like that was teams, and then we met, and then we were like, oh, we fuck with each other. Like you're dope. You know what I mean? And then we became real friends. So what's nice is that it was already established, and for a project that like, the project was originally gonna be called Self, and it was gonna be called Self because I feel like I'm in a different space. I've never been so objectively analytical of myself without having any sort of detrimental projections that would affect my self-esteem. It's the first time that I've been able to be like just assessing myself, but in a loving space. So it was gonna be called Self, and then eventually it made more sense to do something more intimate because Self is so general. And I was like, I never make music for other people. I make music for me. So the fact that it's such a general statement doesn't feel right. And then my boy Jeremiah gave me a ring for my birthday that said YESSIE. And I was like, huh. And that's like, at the time, people didn't call me that. It was only like internal, like my ex would call me that, my fam, my cousin, my homies. but nobody else. And I was like, oh, this feels like everyone's taking a step forward, like a step closer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's called YESSIE.
So it was originally called Self, though.
Self.
The reason behind, well, obviously from YESSIE to Self, like you can kind of like gauge, like it's like obviously it's self-reflection of like a lot. Even like the beginning of the album, I think I was writing down some things, and you was like talking from like even the opening track of the project. Like it was like, oh wow, like this is like the type of vulnerability that we're gonna get from you on this project. Which not that I wasn't expecting it because of the title of the project, but it was just like, oh shit, like she's just coming like this from like the first record too, which I really enjoyed also. Because I feel like it is like your most vulnerable project, yeah. Because obviously we've gotten like the projects where it's like, you know, you got the commercial stuff, and then you get like the stuff that I know that you like put a lot of work and passion into. But this, like, it feels like all the way through is just like you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You feel
You're
like
right. Yeah, I do. It's me. It's energy. It's truth. It's a different type of vulnerability too. Because before I was dealing with a lot of heartbreak and just a heavy heart. So my vulnerability was more so vulnerable talking about the negative shit that I was going through. And by default, the negative shit made me more defensive. So I could still be vulnerable, but I had my gun in hand. I could still be vulnerable, but I still knew I couldn't be, like, I could talk about it, but I'm not loving somebody. And if in the event that I do, I'm fucked because I only love in tidal waves. And as soon as I do that, I'm dry. I don't have no love for myself, and I'm fucked, and I get lost in love. But this time around, because I feel like I've done the work, I realized that I was like, oh, I can, if I fall in love again, I'm just not coming from a place of fear. I'm just like, I'll be okay. Which is wild because there's one spectrum, like over here is fuck everything, fuck this, I got a heavy heart and lacking self-love, all this shit. And then during the pandemic, all those self-help books, self-development, yoga, working out, all this shit shot me the fuck, like, fuck over there. Over there is wicked independence. I don't need shit from nobody. I'm good, and I'm fine. And legacy and career and all this shit that's like very self-centered. Which has a negative connotation. All these things everything I said before, self-centered generally has a positive connotation, like ambition and hunger and like focused on your own shit. But the risk involved over there is that you become so self-sufficient that you end up inadvertently building walls against partnership. You end up building walls against being vulnerable with somebody again because you become so comfortable with being a hermit. And that's not bad. Some people are like fine with being loners. But I've realized that I like to be alone with somebody. I like to be a loner with somebody. You know what I mean? So then I realized, I'm like, oh, wait a second. I want partnership. I don't want to be so self-sufficient. I don't want to like block out love just because I feel like I got thick skin now. I want to be able to treat this skin like a jacket and take it off for the person that like I feel at home with. You know what I mean? So then nearing the end of the album, nearing the end of the process of making it, I kind of just found balance here where I'm not afraid to love because I love myself enough and I'm strong enough that I'll be all right even if shit goes left. I'm blessed. You know?
Yeah. I like that. You said like the self-centered stuff, and I was going to say, I was like, it's not, yeah, that does have like a negative connotation, but sometimes it's also good just times just to be like, you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you gotta be, but that's why I said it's not for everybody either because some people don't want partnership. Some people don't think about that shit, but I like it. You know, I like it when it's right. And I've only really experienced it, I think, right once. But what sucks is when I found a person like that, like when I found a dude that I was like, oh, you're kind, you're honest, you're like patient, all these beautiful things. I was the fuck over there and I was still damaged and I was still like traumatized, so I couldn't I couldn't say I love you. I couldn't open up. And he'd been patient with me. And so when he finally came around, I was like, yo, I've been here and I've been showing you, but it's not enough. I was like, oh, fuck. I didn't make time because I was so busy with, like, my shit. I was just focused. And it's not a bad thing. But because I cared about him, it's almost like I peeped game too late. And I have faith in God and faith in the greater good, so it's probably because we were not meant to be together.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I sleep nice knowing that. I just have faith in that shit. But I know that part of the reason that didn't work out is because of that.
Everything works out exactly how it's supposed to work out. That's my thing. I'm a big believer that's like, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. If it's supposed to work out this one certain way, it'll work out this one certain way. It's just like, but if it's not, then it's, you know, you got to just keep it pushing.
Yo, Angie said this shit earlier. She was like, sometimes you got to know when to make it happen and when to let it happen. And I was like, oh. it just, you know, when the room gets a little like the clouds dropped an inch. You know what I mean? Like that. It was like that.
Now you got to know not when to... Wait, say that one more time.
You got to know when to make it happen versus when to let it happen.
That's some real Angie shit. That's some real Angie shit right there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Nah, but I definitely feel that, because I think sometimes like also like people, when you're in like those type of like relationships, and not saying you, but just like in a generalized statement, right? Like sometimes you want to stay because you think it's like the right thing to do, or you want to stay because of X, Y, and Z, or you want to say X, Y, Z reason because, oh, you don't want to be alone, whatever. But like at the end of the day, it's like whatever, you know, like you said, it's like if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be, and you gotta like keep it pushing.
Keep it moving. Yeah. What else are you gonna do? Stay stuck?
Right. Which also I feel like is just something that being in like the industry, like just in general, like as an artist, as like someone who does radio, it's just like we deal with that shit a lot because we're always busy.
Yeah,
at
man.
the same time.
That when you need a partner who understands that. Who understands that, but also you need to be willing to give. It's like a give and take, right? I just wasn't giving shit, but yeah, you need to be able to give and take and have a partner that understands.
I can very much relate to the I ain't give shit.
Yeah, man.
I very, very much relate. It's just like the damn, why you always working? It's like,
nah, people don't get it. But it's, those who get it, get it. Like, so there's days I forget to eat because I've been working. There's days and it's just because you're just tunnel vision, and that's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's great for career, but for your soul, your body, you get one body. Your body needs sustenance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if it's an alarm on your phone, but taking the extra step to be like, oh, I got to treat you nice. Like, I just get one. I got to treat you nice. You know what I mean? So it's different. But alarms in my... I've set alarms for food.
For food? Ask him. I was just like, before you got here, that he was doing another podcast. And I was like, should I go get food? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I'm like, but I just ate a couple hours ago. He goes, so? I was like, all right. Yeah, he's like, because I'm not going to eat until... I'm out of here at like 11 o'clock,
yeah,
12
when you're done and you're like, and then your body's like, hello, like, yeah. I've been here all day.
I'm not even thinking about food. And then like, I'm finally get back in my car at the radio station at like 1 in the morning. I'm time to go home. And it's like, oh, fuck, I forgot to eat today. Now I got to go and figure out what food is open at 1 in the morning.
And then you're even more fucked because your selection isn't even healthy.
Yeah.
Like, you're fucking yourself twice. Yeah. I've been trying to be more cognizant of that and just like setting it up before I go into tunnel vision. Like, just like, that was a great suggestion to eat it or to have it beforehand.
Yeah, because if not, I mean, I still would have been present, but I would have been definitely like a little more spacey and he knows that because he shoots a bunch. He shoots with me every Tuesday, so he already knows. It's like if I got like 6 of these back to back or 5 of these back to back, I'll be like,
you know, it's clutch. I feel like a soccer mom. I have granola bars in my backpack all the time, or like a banana or a fruit, just something light, just to pop quick, you know. But the shit works.
Do you actually have that on you right now?
Yeah, on God. I'm 99% sure I have like a Nutri-Grain bar in my backpack. It's just that like, it's the safety net for the days that I forget because I know it's going to happen. So the best I could do is just prepare.
That's smart. I should probably start doing that too. I should start packing food. Don't look at me like that, Cam. I don't like that. I see that dumbass smile behind the mask. You know, another thing that I didn't expect to see happen with you, but I really loved at the same time, like, you were part of the Suicide Squad soundtrack last year too. Yeah. That was really dope. That was just something cool that I was like, oh,
what the hell?
Love seeing. I was like, I didn't expect that, but I was like, oh, I'm so happy that Jessie was a part of this movie too.
Shout out grandson. Shout out James Gunn. They blessed me with the opportunity. You know, throwing my name in rooms that didn't exist.
I was always wondering, how do artists get asked to even do something like that?
So apparently James Gunn was a fan, and yeah, but him and grandson had a relationship first, and then they were talking about it, and then that's how it came into fruition.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, bananas. So, shout out to them.
James Gunn is insane.
Insanely talented. Very talented. Really dope, too. Really sweet. I was hella nervous on that red carpet. Hella nervous. And he just, you know, people that come and talk to you and like they just zen you out?
Yep.
He does that. Yeah. He zened me out real quick.
That's fire. You know, it's funny because when I do these interviews, I'll look at an artist's Twitter, right? And I'll try to find I don't know, something from their Twitter to bring up in the interview. And I found this really funny tweet. And this really great tweet. You said, I suffer from feeling claustrophobic in turtlenecks, relationships, and necklaces. So I fall asleep with my jewelry on. I'm either growing, exhausted, or both. I feel you.
I lie? Like, fuck, man. That happened to me the other day. I was like, damn, a bitch is tired of growing. Like, fuck. It's fucked. But it's beautiful. But it's part of that, like, I'm so focused I forgot to eat. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's in that world. But I also feel... Yeah, it's a little bit of both because I'm definitely growing and I feel it in in my heart and my soul, and the way I move and the way I speak and the things I say yes to, the things I say no to, and also like how willing I am to get the fuck into something that doesn't feel comfortable, because I know that that's only gonna perpetuate more growth. The second you feel comfortable, you should be concerned. The second you feel like you got the hang of things, you should be concerned, because that's not what life, at least in career or like grow. If you're thinking growth, it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be that. It should be just constant challenge so you can constantly grow. You know?
I agree. I agree. Also, you looked like you had like probably like the most littest album release party I think of anybody this year.
Fun
so
as
far.
hell, man.
I ain't gonna lie. Like I like swiping through that slide. Obviously, you saw Drake in there, but like if you go like going through that whole thing, I'm like, God damn. I'm like, I was like, it doesn't stop. I'm like, who didn't go to Jessie's album release party in LA, right? I was like, who the fuck didn't go out to this party? Like, it's crazy. But I also think that's also beautiful because that also goes back to the beginning of this interview where we talked about just being able to like smell the roses and you know, receive your flowers by like all these people too at the same time.
Crazy. Mad love. I got so trashed.
Really?
Trashed. I lost my shoes. A mess. But you know what? I had a wonderful time. And also, that's also a like little ripple effect that turned into a tidal wave from like therapy. Because I remember I was like, oh no, I said that. Well, yes, actually, I'm just equating it back to what you, sorry, ignore me. Jesus Christ.
Use that, I
was about to say, yeah, circle back, but be like, for real, like, because I didn't, the reason why I say that is because I did not want to have the party. My team had to convince me. Dead ass. I did not want to have it. I was like,
look at his face.
I was
see
like,
the pain on his face right now.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not trying to do it. I don't understand why. Why am I celebrating? It's not like, it's like celebrating a fish swimming. You know what I mean? Like, I'm an artist. I'm always gonna make music. I make music till I die. So why the fuck are we celebrating a fish swimming right now? And he was like, it's not about that. It's not about how. I was like, it makes more sense to celebrate after we see how it does and where it lands and what placements it gets and et cetera, et cetera. And he was like, they were like, it's not about that. Byron specifically was like, it's not about that. It's acknowledging what you've been able to accomplish, you know? And that's the shit. That's why I cried today in the interview, because sometimes you forget like all the sacrifices, all the birthdays I've missed, all the nights of sleep I've fucked up, all the like, just so many things that it's hard to remember when you're pushing forward so much. And so he was like, it's important. It's important to celebrate as we go. And they had to like sit me down and convince me, because I wasn't trying to have it. And I was like, all right. And I got social anxiety still like a little bit. So I was like, I don't know if I want to do this, but we did it. And I'm happy we did it. It was a fucking wonderful last night.
And the next thing you know, everybody pops out.
Everybody
and their mom popped out.
It was lovely.
No, that was dope.
It was so beautiful, man. And my team killed it too, because like release week and doing a party is no fucking small task. Yeah. That shit is crazy, because there's like anxiety from all angles. It was gorgeous. Like the layout was, it was like massive YESSIE letters on the outside, like make a statement, make a moment. As soon as you walked inside, it was like a hallway. And on the walls, because I've done this my whole life, like affirmations on the walls. So like here it said like, I am grace. And here it said, I am light. And here it said, I'm successful, I am love. And then as you walk deeper into the hallway, you start hearing this cacophony of vocal affirmations, because it's my voice through the speakers coming into the hallway. There's sage burning, it's everything. And then you walk into this final room, and there's an actress, this great actress, Latina actress, with the Jameson bottle. And she's like, hey, welcome, Jessie's outside. To get into the party, you have to say one affirmation. Whoever has the Jameson bottle has the floor, and then we all repeat it. And she hands it off. And so someone would say, I am strong. In the room, your homies, whoever came with you, I am strong. Whoever's like, I am light, whatever. That's the pass to get in. Once you're inside, there was this wonderful fucking artist who doubles as a nurse. Fuck, I wish I remember, like, well, whatever. We'll tag her, we'll put her up, but she's amazing. And this big, like, she replicated the cover art, and she was painting live and started when the party started and finished when the party ended. There's, my boy Phil does NFTs and all these beautiful things that we had it on twin TVs up top, and like sections of movies that have hit me, like that part in Interstellar where Matthew McConaughey is talking about how these these other life forms, what they have is freedom and time's not linear, and you just have to access love and all this shit that's like very poetic, mixed with these wonderful visuals of like digital brains, Sick shit. There was Popeyes. There was biscuits.
There was Popeyes. The most important part, there was Popeyes.
It was literally, I couldn't have been happier. I lost my shoes and I wasn't even tight. Like that's how lit it was.
Want to sleep with your jewelry on?
It still. I did. It was great.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
So what's next for you after this?
I go home in a
Tour?
couple days and then rehearsals and then tour.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
When does tour start?
October 13th.
When you come back to New York?
December 4th, come through.
December 4th.
Oh, 3rd. Shout out to my, you see what I mean?
Thank you, Ayala.
You see what I mean?
Shout out to Ayala in
Thank
the
you.
building. December 3rd. What day is
December
that?
3rd.
Like what? The Tuesday? I'm gonna clear my Tuesday.
Yeah, the day
Oh,
you
it's a Saturday.
Okay, lit.
It's a Saturday. Even better.
Even better.
You said the day what?
Didn't you say you film on Tuesdays?
Yeah.
I was like, figures it'd
Well, I
be
mean,
Tuesday.
I film most weekdays. What?
True.
But Saturdays
Lit.
perfect. I don't do shit on Saturdays.
It's gonna be fun. Angie's trying to convince me not to crowd surf.
No, you gotta crowd surf.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been years.
The rock star energy. You gotta
I
do it.
can't not, man. Because it's been so long since I did it. I fucked up my back a long time ago, but it was like a freak accident, you know? Like I'd been crowd surfing for years and I'd been fine. But then this one day, this final ass, destination ass day, you know, everything went kind of left. But now I feel better. I'm doing pull-ups and shit. I feel healthy. I feel like I'll be all right.
I fucked up my back like 2 weeks ago, but I'm back to normal now. So I'll crowd surf with you. I'm with
Okay.
it.
Go. We'll both wear fajas, so we'll be all right, you know?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Shit, there's probably some old videos out there of me from like my early 20s at like Panorama or Gov Ball, just absolutely fucking belligerently drunk or high.
Going for it.
Yeah, crowd surfing, doing crazy shit.
It's so fun.
So fun. It's a rock star energy.
Rockstar
When
energy.
she's there and she sees it, she'll
might
be
not
like, "Oh,
get-
that was a great idea, Jessie."
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Or she's gonna be like a
Or she's
mom.
gonna be tight.
She's gonna be, yeah,
Yeah.
she'll probably be tight. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie to you. She'll probably be tight. It's Angie. She'll definitely be tight. She'll be like, "Why the fuck did you do that?"
Yeah, we'll see.
She'll be wild. And the last thing I want to bring up, because in the spirit of everything that we've been talking about, leading up to this project, one of my favorite things that I saw was just Kehlani bringing you out too, and that was like a great, I think it was, I saw 2 videos, or maybe it was the same night, but like I loved how she brought you out and like she let you talk about the album. She gave you like a second to just kind of take that in, talk about the project, and then all that.
That's my sis. That is my
was fire.
sis. I love that girl to death, man. She's same, like, it's easy to have friends. Everyone networks and everyone but like friends, like a friend that like is just a real friend. I just rate it. And she really set the tone at the beginning of our friendship because she was just mad genuine with me on the first night. Talked me off a ledge because I was having like hella social anxiety in the bathroom, and I have a tendency to, at that time, I had a tendency to disappear at parties for like an hour just to go decompress because I had like a lot of, when there's a lot of energies in the room, I would just get too sensitive.
Too much happening, yeah.
Yeah. And anyway, she didn't know me from a fucking hole in the wall. And she came and she was like, "Hello, you okay?" And then talked me off the ledge. And at that point, she'd been in the industry longer than me. Like, I was brand new. It was my first time at a party like that. And she was just mad sweet, talked me off the ledge. And then, like I said, it set the tone for our relationship. And then I just realized early on that I was like, oh, you're a real one. Like, you're lit. She's a vibe.
Shout out Lonnie.
Shout out Lonnie.
YESSIE out now.
YESSIE out now.
Tour, what's the first date of the tour again?
October 13th.
October 13th. Where can people get tickets at?
Yeah, JessieReyez.com, JessieReyez.com. But a lot of them are sold out, so good luck.
Yeah. First of all, I like how she said it very calmly. Like, talk your shit. It's so is New York sold out yet or no? New York sold out? Almost. New York's almost sold out. By the time y'all see this, it's probably sold out. So, sorry, you guys won't be there. I'll be there though. We gonna be lit.
Perdone, so sorry, my friend.
Wait, which venue is it in New York? Oh yeah, we super lit. You gotta crowd surf there. What? If it was any other venue, I'd be like, If it was like Baby's All Right, I'd be like, no, Baby's All Right, you definitely gotta crowd surf there. But Terminal 5, you gotta go crazy at Terminal 5. What?
A must.
It's a must.
A must. We'll see. Maybe if I could get to like 10 pull-ups and I feel like fortitude within my core, I'm gonna do it. If I could get to 10, I feel like that's a safe number. Like someone who, yeah. We'll see.
Once she crowd surfs, I'm just gonna use this clip and then we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Well, look,
Flashback.
It's been a pleasure having you here.
Thank you. Congrats, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get out of here, anything else you want to let the people know? Obviously, all the good stuff where they can follow you at. Now's the time to do it. This camera right here.
My name is Jessie Reyez. Jessie Reyez. And if you want to fuck with your girl, everything is JESSIEREYEZ. YouTube, Instagram, fucking TikTok if you want to see me act a fool. Bye.
There you go. Make sure you go run up YESSIE out now. Go get those tour tickets, whatever's left. Look out for that crowd surfing video come December 3rd. Make sure you go follow her. Go show her some love. Go show her some support. Love and support is free. But y'all already knew that. Till next time, On the Radar, signing off. Bow.